If you are thinking about joining the military in 2025, here's how much money you can expect to get paid. Let's talk about it. Here we go. This is going to be the unfiltered, unbiased, unopinionated, because this is fact, unauthorized, unhinged, unbipolar. This is the truth. I'm going to give you the truth. I'm going to give you the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Hand on the Bible, this will be how much money you will be making in the military in 2025. To the pennies. We're going to talk about it to the pennies. Okay? And what I have here, this is my actual government documentation showing what it is that I make. And I will break this down for you. And then we're going to talk about also what you can make in the military in 2025. Preface by saying, I am not a recruiter. I'm just a soldier, just a man with a camera that likes to make videos and likes to inspire and help others. Okay, so let's get into it. Now, you're thinking about joining the military. That's awesome. Proud of you. Congratulations. Doesn't matter if you're going Air Force, you're gonna be an airman. Doesn't matter if you're gonna go to the Navy and be a sailor. Doesn't matter if you're gonna go to the Army, you're gonna be a soldier. I'm gonna use the word soldier as we go through this video. That's what I am, and that's how I know how to talk. Soldier. We're gonna just use the word soldier when we're referring to it. Okay? So let's get into it. When joining the military, or at least the Army, because I mean, they're all the same. They're not all the same, but it's broken down into these specific brackets. You have E1, E2, E3, E4, and the list goes on even higher as you climb up the ranks. But initially, when you join the military, you'll either come in as an E1 through E4, private second class, private first class, and a specialist being E4. Okay, so let's break it down. All right, so you've made the decision. It came into your mind. You want to join the military. Why would you do that? I don't know. You're kind of crazy. I'm lying. It's awesome. Really love what I'm doing. But okay, enough of the shenanigans. You're an E1. Let's just say you're an E1. Wait. Let me backtrack. I gotta come correct on this. I gotta come correct. Bear with me. Stay with me, baby. Stay with me. This pay that I'm about to give you is as of April 14th, 2025. If you are unaware, President Trump has gave the U.S. military a 14.5% increase. Highest military increase we have seen in ions. It's been a very long time since the military has seen this kind of raise. So these numbers I'm going to give you are accurate and up to date. This one is a paycheck prior to the raise, so you can see the difference that was made. All right, so let's just say you're an E1, and we're going to talk about some things. We're going to touch on several things that could affect these numbers, right? But you're an E1, you're a private, you don't got no rank on your chest yet, but that's okay. Maybe you didn't do JROTC, right? You didn't have no military training prior, so you're coming in as an E1, your recruiter didn't hook it up for you, so you're not coming in as an E2, and that's okay, because you're gonna get your money. I'm gonna show you how by the time you're done with your training, you can have $30,000, right? In under a year, 30,000 in potentially under 6 to 7 months. So let's go. E1, 4 months or less, your base pay is gonna be a whopping $2,144.10. It's not bad, but by the time you're done with basic, you get into your tech school or your AIT, 4 months or more service, you will be earning $2,319. This is up to date. Baby. That's for you. That's for E1s. That's for privates. No rank on your chest yet. You're a fuzzy. They like to call you a fuzzy when you get in. They like to hate on the fuzzies. But fuzzies make the world go round. Don't let them disrespect you for coming as an E1. Just outwork them. Be more disciplined than them. Show them that it doesn't matter. You're probably gonna stay at your rank for longer than I will. I'm gonna surpass you when I get in there. Once I get in the game, coach, I'm gonna surpass you, okay? E2s, private 2s. This one, for whatever reason, you don't get a 4-month increase like the E1 does, okay? So when you come in, you'll be earning $2,599.20. You're approaching the $3,000 mark as an E2, PV2, and you can come in as an E2. You don't have to come in as a fuzzy. You don't have to do the JROTC. You can come in as a PV2 by having your recruiter plug you, and they have courses you can do online that will help you come in at a higher rank already without doing anything except some course classes. I did course classes to come in as a PFC E3. Do the classes. It's like 2 hours of your time to affect your pay like pretty significantly. So if it's an option, if your recruiter doesn't bring it up, say, how can I come in at a higher rank? How can I rank up before I even go to basic? I haven't even shipped off and I want to come in higher. We're not thinking, you know, how can I come in bare minimum? How can I come in even higher? Do the courses and promise it'll be worth it. You'll be making more, okay? Now let's talk about E3. Private first class, Jack. We're gonna talk about it. How much am I making right now? How much Parmesan? How much cheese? How much Gouda? Right? How much pepper jack? How much paper? How much Ben Franklin? Okay? E3, enlisted grade 3. $2,733, and that's 2 years or less of service. 2 years or more of service, halfway through your first 4-year contract. This is what we're looking at. $2,904.60. I know. Yeah, I know. It's getting exciting. We're not even into the meat and potatoes yet. We just getting started. Now you E4s. You coming in as an E4. This is for you smart kids. This is for you people that's coming in. You already got your college degree. You already have a degree. You already went to school. You may be older. You may have already went to high school. You went to college. You decided to go the military route because you found out it's better than going to college. My personal opinion. You're coming in as a specialist. What are you going to be making? 2 years less, 2 or less years of service. You're going to be bringing in $3,027.30. Okay, but wait, there's more. There's more, specialist. You're pretty cool. You got a degree. I'm jealous. I don't got one yet. Once you surpass your halfway mark, say you do a 4-year contract, you're going to be bringing in $3,182.10. Okay, but there's more. There's more. If you're married, you get a beautiful thing. It's beautiful. Come in with this. I'm not saying to do this. It's not a game. You don't just do it for some money. It's very childish. It's not a good business decision to do it. But you come in with one of these. E1s, listen to me. E2s, E3s, specialists. If you're not engaged, don't just jump the gun with this, because what I'm about to share with you, okay? When you come in married, you get something called BAH, Basic Allowance for Housing. Now, dependent on your state, will determine the amount that you get, no matter your rank. As long as you got one of these on your finger, as long as you got those court documents signed, sealed and delivered. For Las Vegas, Nevada, let's get accurate. How much money was I getting extra on top of my 2733? My BAH was $1,980 on top of the $2,733 because I'm less than 2 years still. $1,980. If you're in Cali, it's gonna be over 2,000. You're in Hawaii, it's over 2,000. New York, over 2,000. Florida, over 2,000. Smaller places, right now I'm in Kansas, the housing allowance will be $1,200 because the cost of living is lower. So dependent upon where you're coming from will affect what your housing allowance would be. Okay, but if you're single, you do not get the BAH. But when you find your battle boo and you go in there and you get married, you can come to this side of the party. It's a beautiful side. It's awesome. There's money to be made when you get. Just don't get married for the money. Don't do that. We were together 5 years before we, so don't build some foundation. Don't just rush into it. You don't want to play that. It's a dangerous game, right? Make sure you're in love. Make sure you love the person, their soul, their spirit, morals, values, ethics. Make sure all that is aligned before you pull something like that, right? Because there's people that went to basic training AIT and they got married during AIT. You only knew them for like 4 or 5 months. They wanted to get that BAH. And I know it's tempting, but $1,900 to agree to spend the rest of your life with somebody, it's just not worth it, okay? But if you genuinely are married or engaged and you're going soon to be married, it's a beautiful thing that the military provides for us. It's basic allowance for housing. And there's another aspect that I want to touch on as well. This is BAS, basic allowance for subsistence. And what this is, in layman's terms, the money the military is providing for us to be able to eat. Like it's your food allowance, okay? What that number is, $714.18. Now there's a caveat, $714, that could be on top of your base pay, but this is how it works. When you're in basic training, you are not gonna see that money because you're getting fed 3 meals a day, and so for that reason, they're already subtracting that. So yes, you'll be getting it, and when you get your LES, your leave earning statement, you'll be able to see the money on there, but it's gonna get automatically deducted for the simple fact of they're already providing 3 meals a day. So you do not see that. But when you come to AIT, well, caveat, in AIT, they're still providing 3 meals a day. So you still do not see that yet. There's light at the end of the tunnel. When you get to your big Air Force, big Army, big Navy, whatever you're doing, that's when you will see it. But also, third caveat, I have to add this. If you're married, you will definitely see your BAS start to roll in once you get into your actual unit and you get out of the training aspects, you get out of TRADOC, you're gonna see the BAS come in, okay? But if you're a single soldier, you don't see the BAS come in, and that's okay. I'm gonna tell you the only way that you would see that 700 come in untaxed, the only way that you will receive that money is if you did not live in the barracks. You lived off of your post. That's the only way that you would receive that. Now, if you're living in the barracks, they're expecting you to eat at the DFAC. DFAC is where you go to eat, and they're providing 3 meals a day, so you would not see it. If you live off post as a single soldier, you would be able to receive the BAS funds, okay? Now, I don't recommend moving off post as a single soldier. I understand no one wants to live in the barracks, or you might not be comfortable with having a roommate, whatever the case is. I completely understand that. But it could be expensive, paying rent, paying bills, utilities, maybe a car note, car insurance, phone bills. It starts to rack up pretty quickly. You would receive the extra money for food. But if you stayed in the barracks and you just waited that course of time, waited to find the love of your life, or just, it's an excellent opportunity to save money. You don't gotta pay for housing, you don't gotta pay for food. Everything will be handled if you live in the barracks as a single soldier. You can potentially save. Let's look like this, right? Let's say you're a fuzzy, you have no rank. You came in as an E1, you're in basic training, right? You're making $2,319, right? Basic training is, we're gonna call it 2.5 months, depending on branch, depends on length. We're gonna say you're in there for 2.5 months, right? So that's that's 2, 4, 6 checks in BCT. Wait, hold on. I'm getting a little brain fart. 2 months, it's 4 checks. The extra check for the half mark, right? That's 6 checks. Let me calculate for a second. That's about $18,000 in basic training. Depending on your tech school length or your AIT length, let's call it 5 months. If you did not spend and you saved your money from basic training in your tech school or AIT, you saved it, and let's just call it, say it was 6 months altogether, your $2,319 could be $30,147 as a single soldier. We're not talking about the married guys or gals. If you're a single soldier and you're diligent with your funds, you allocate your capital accordingly, yeah, you can have $30,000 after you're done with training, before you even arrive to your first duty station. This is under a year, this is under 7 months. And if you get out the barracks, it could slowly start to dissipate. So it's a great opportunity to really start building a foundation for your life. It's a great opportunity. It really is. Now, here's another thing. You could potentially get a bonus when enlisting into the military. That's another factor. That's another part of the money game, right? I received a bonus, $9,500. Now, your recruiter might tell you, oh, you get your bonus after basic training. And yes, that's true. But it's not like you graduate and then you get the funds. You still got to go to your tech school or AIT. You got to graduate there. You got to get to your first station. You go to finance. You put in your paperwork to start processing your bonus. I've been at my first duty station for about 8 days now, and I'll receive my bonus in about 7 days. So if your recruiter tells you get it after basic, that's true. You do get it after basic, and then you get it after you're done training, and then you got to get to your first duty station, and then you got to process, and then you receive your bonus. That's the honest truth. That's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Okay? So let's see. This is what I was earning as an E3 prior to the bonus. We're gonna get into the nitty gritty. Wanna talk about my money? Let's talk about my money. All right? Too easy. Let's see. This was as of March 31st. The bonus went into the 14.5% raise went into effect as of April 1st. Shout out President Donald Trump. Donald J. Trump. Let me put some respect on it. Okay. My base pay was $2,484. My BAS, which I have not received yet until I got to Big Army, $714.18. Okay, cake. BAH, $19.80, which brought me to a monthly. So if you're married and you're coming in as a PFC or an E3, this is what we're looking like. We're looking at $5,170.78 a month. Now there is taxes. Of course, taxes exist. Another thing. My BAS is $714.18 is because I'm married and have a son. I have a dependent. So my BAS is higher than what you would get if you're single and you don't have any dependents. Your BAS would be, I wrote it somewhere. I'm sorry. I had to make sure I'm on point. Okay. Your BAS would be $400.65. I'm sorry, $465.77. And again, you would not see that unless you live off of post. I do not recommend to live off of post, but you'll make the best decision that's best for you because you're an adult now, you're in the military. So if you think living off post, getting an apartment is the best decision for you, so be it. I support you. blessings on your journey. I trust you. You know, you'll be great. You'll do great things. Okay. And so that brought me to 5178 and 78 cents. My base was 2484.60. And as of the raise kicking in, I'm now earning $2,733. So about a $300 raise. So that means last month, E1s were earning like $1,700. Now they're making 21. E2s making 2,599. You were making more like 22. Okay. And now for me, my taxes was $303.44. That's pretty much how much you would get taxed. So based upon the number that I spoke about for your rank and your specified situation, you're gonna get taxed $303.44. Then if you're married, there's gonna be some extra deductions that does not count as taxes, but it's extra deductions, whether that's like extra medical care, extra dental, some kind of spousal thing they take out. They love taking money, but it's okay. I think they pay us fairly well. That other deduction comes to $219.08. Okay, so my whopping total, I'm talking about my personal funds with you, and just for that, because I'm laying it all out there for you. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get to 1,000 subs, baby. Here we go. All right. So after they take out their $522.52, that leaves me with $4,656.26. This was pre-raise. The numbers are higher now, okay? But at that point in life, last month, I was earning $55,875.12 a year. Haven't even been in a year. It's not that bad. I'm thinking it's not bad. I like it. Haven't even did the math for my raise yet, so it's not a bad deal at all. Let me see. What else do I got for you? Okay, yeah. So you're gonna get taxed $303.44. This is a deduction that I want to talk about really quick. They have something called a traditional TSP, thrift savings plan. This is something that's automatically being deducted out of your military paycheck. And at this moment in time, it was $124.23 extra that they were taking. So if I was not putting into this account, my taxes would only be about $150 taxable income. Now, if you know for a fact you're gonna do a whole term and do 20 years, you want to put money into this account. It sets you up for retirement, or you could also choose to put it into a Roth IRA. They have that option as well. I switched over to Roth. It's more beneficial in my humble opinion. But you can choose to not put it into the traditional TSP so that you can save your extra $124.23 a month. If you don't want them to take $303.44, you can take out $124.23 and your taxes will only be like $160 less than the number that I told you. Like, your number would be minus 166 as opposed to 303. Like, for me, I'm putting into my Roth right now. Do I know if I'm gonna do 20 years? No, I don't know, honestly. But if I do end up doing so, at least I'm putting in something into retirement. So that's your personal decision, okay? Let's see. I'll do that. I'll do all that. That. Okay. Okay. So again, base pay 2484 last month. Base pay right now $2,733. Once I'm over 2 years of service, $2,904.60. That's as a PFC E3. E1, you're gonna get $2,144.10 4 months or less. So right when you get out of basic, you're gonna jump over to $2,319. Private 2, you're gonna be earning $2,599.20. E4, you're a specialist, you went to college, you got a degree, you're a smart kid, or you're a smart kid. They're gonna call you college a lot if you got, if you're a specialist. You come in with that already. You come in with that high of a rank because you're only one rank below sergeant. You'll be coming in $3,027.30. After you surpass 2 years of service, you'll be earning $3,182.10. I hope this was beneficial for you. I hope this provided some kind of clarity for you. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you understand what the military money is looking like as of 2025. All right, so I covered it all. You're gonna get taxed about $300 unless you decide to not put into your retirement fund quite yet. You can always change that. That's not like a one and done decision. You could put in, you could decide you don't want to put in. You could put in, you could decide you don't want to put in. So it's really just up to you personally. And then again, for when it comes to basic allowance for housing, what I would do is I would look up military pay calculator, put in your expected rank or your rank that you are currently at, put in the zip code. It'll tell you how much you'll be earning for your basic housing allowance. And if you have dependents, you want to add that as well. It'll give you the most accurate representation of what it is that you would be taking home. And then when it comes to basic housing allowance, when you get to your first duty station, if you decide you want to live on post, you don't have rent, you don't have utilities, you have maintenance, they take care of your home for you, but you wouldn't get your housing allowance. So depending on where you go for your first duty station will be the deciding factor between the housing allowance or if you want everything just to be taken care of on autopilot. For me and my family, we're gonna live on post, say bye to the housing allowance, have everything just covered on autopilot. It's kind of creates less stress in the mind that way, not having to worry about rent or utilities or maintenance. Just take it. Maybe later we'll move off post, who knows? But as of right now, that's what we decided to do. And if you live, say you're going to like Cali, say your housing allowance is $2,500, but you're going to a California base, I think it'll probably be best to live on post because rent in California is stupid on top of the other bills that are gonna come along with it. You just gotta make that decision. It's all about where you end up going, do the math, see what's best for you in your situation. That's all I can say. Well, if you're thinking about joining the military in 2025, that was how much money you can expect to make in 2025. Vontae in the building once again. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you got anything else you want me to cover, anything you want me to talk about, anything you feel like that was left out that you're curious about, go ahead and leave a comment. I'll leave my contact information down below. We can converse. I'll answer your questions. And let's get to 1,000 subs, baby. Let's go. Let's do it. All right. Have a great day. Have a blessed one. Stay safe. Much love.